foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of Rule and Teach Well. Peace, of salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Coming back at you with a swift lesson in the spirit. Pretty much this is going to be about, feeding and watering our people, okay? Let me see something real quick. Let's say that's in James. I just thought of something through the spirit. Give me 1 second. Let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, I think this is it. I'm going to use this as an example. This is James chapter 2 and 14. It says, "What do it profit, my brethren? Thou man say he have faith and have not works. Can faith save him?" It says, "If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food." Yeah, I want to use this. "And one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. Notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doth it profit? Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone." The reason I'm bringing this out is just off the topic that I'm doing here. Like we've always been commanded to feed the flock, water the sheep. The elders in the Atlanta camp just did a live stream about the harvest, the Lord's harvest. When you harvest something, you have to tend to it. So watering it, all of that. Here's a precept about tending or watering. This is Isaiah 58 and 11. It says, "And the Lord shall guide thee continually and satisfy thy soul in drought and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters fail not." Right, because whoever drink of this living water shall not thirst anymore. All right, so let me get, here. Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1. And I'm going to bring everything together. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy." So we've always had watering, feeding the sheep, tending to the garden. We've always had that in our system. Okay? It's just now being re-educated. So when Yahushua was asking Peter what I'm about to read, he was just re-educating her, bringing out that spirit that was already in Peter in the first place. By simply just asking, he was rekindling a fire. It's the same thing that we're doing here today. We've always had that spirit on us to feed the sheep, to water the sheep, to water the flock. We've always had that spirit on us. All right, and it's being rekindled once again. So I'm going to read John 21, and I'm going to read Genesis, the 29th chapter, to show you that that spirit has always been around. It's just being re-educated. This is John chapter 21 and 15. It says, "So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? Saith he unto him, he said, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. Said unto him, Feed my lambs." Verse 16, he says, he saith to him again the second time, "Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me?" He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my sheep. And that's the reason why I have brought out this James. How do you feed the sheep? Water the flock. Water the Israelites like they're a garden. How do you do this? Through your faith. By your works. Okay? So that's why James 2 and 16, it says what it says. It says, and one of you saying to them, depart in peace and be ye warmed and filled. They still need water. They still need food. Okay? It says, notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. What does it profit? So what is your words profit if you're not standing by it? If you're not doing it? This scripture just screams logic. It screams logic. Okay? Because these wacky tacky Christians will have it out here. It's like, oh, you'll get a Mercedes if you know, like shit like that. It's like, that is sending false hope. It's not real. It's not logical. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. The math don't math. But when you come into this truth and you really are doing, the works, and you have these testimonies that back up your faith, therefore now it's suitable for you, or it's suitable for others to be watered and fed by you. All right. So going back to John, he's telling Peter to feed the sheep. And then when you read the book of Acts, Peter's faith shows. His works followed him, and he fed the sheep. Thousands were awakened. Okay? Verse 17, it says, and he saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? It says, and he said unto the Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee, love thee. Yahweh shall I say unto him, feed my sheep. All he was trying to do was trigger. He was triggering that spirit that was already in Peter. And it's like us, and he's triggering that spirit that has already been within us to do what we're doing now. It's always been in us. It's always been in our system and our DNA. So that brings me to my final precept. I wasn't going to make this lesson quick, but that brings me to my final precept to show you we were predestined to do this stuff. We were predestined to speak these words and read these words and hear these words that we hear today out of this book. It was always in us, because that was a spirit that was in Jacob. Okay? We're Israelites. This is Genesis 29 and 1. It says, then Jacob went on his journey and came into the land of the people of the east. Verse 2. And he looked, and behold, a well in the field. Now, as we all know, a well holds water. It says, and lo, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. It says, there are 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. Salaki, give me 1 second. All right, Salaki. So it says, verse 2 again, it says, and he looked, and behold, a well in the field, and lo, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of the well they watered the flocks. Right. So the well was used to water the flocks. Now, a flock can be anywhere between 2 sheep to like 2,000 sheep. And there's 3 flocks. There's 3 flocks next to it. So I'm going to go with the latter end of what I was saying. There was possibly 6,000 sheep around one well. Possibly. Okay? Could have been 2 to 6,000, 2 to 500, 100 to 300. Around that. It could have been from 100 to 6,000 flock of sheep. Number of sheep around that well. Okay? And understanding, that's why I said I'm going to use the latter end with this. It could have been just 6,000. Because Israel is numbered as the sand of the sea. There's a lot. All of us are considered sheep. Okay? So there's 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks. and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. So when Jacob came in this land and he saw these flocks of sheep, he saw the well, he started to use logic. Maybe they're laying next to the well to be watered. So let's see his action. It says, verse 3, it says, and thither were all the flocks gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the sheep. Why was it in Jacob to see a random flock of sheep next to a well, and it was just burning inside of him? I just got to go over there and take the stone off the water and water the sheep, because it's in his system. It's in his spirit. The Lord put that in our spirit. We've always had this spirit going all the way back to our forefather Jacob. So therefore, you translate that over to now. Got to do these lessons. You got to go out to the highways and byways. You have to. You have to. You ever had that burning sensation and you never know what it is? But now we know what it is. We've been burning to tell people about this truth. We've been burning to do it because it's always been in our system. It's always been in our DNA. It's always been in our spirit. We've always done this. Yahushua reiterating that to Peter, of course he had in his mind what was in the scrolls. And this was in the scrolls. Jacob watering the flock. And that's the same thing that we ought to do to this very day in this modern time. It says, verse 3, it says, and thither were all the flocks gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put the stone upon the well's mouth in its place. So they watered the sheep again. And it says, verse 4, I'm just going to read this just for edification's sake. It says, and Jacob said unto them, my brethren, whence be ye? And they said, of Haran are we. And when you go into that word Haran, it means parched. Okay? It means parched. And we're in a land where our people are parched. And they're thirsting for that water. Okay? And here we are, the shepherds, you could say, of the flock on earth to water the sheep. That's why Yahushua was saying what he was saying to Peter. Feed my lambs. Feed my lambs. And this is how we do it. We do these virtual epistles. We go live. We go live. We do videos. And we feed and water the flock. It's always been in us. Don't ignore that fire that you have in you. Here's a precept that I always pull out. I'll actually end this lesson with this. 2nd Ezra 14 real quick. Let me scroll all the way down. I'm going to get to the point. It says, 2nd Ezra 14:40, and I took it and I drank. And when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast. For my spirit strengthened my memory, and my mouth was open and shut no more. That's us. Our mouths have like that wisdom and that knowledge and understanding was given to us, and we just can't shut up anymore. We have to do this because it's in our spirit. Can't fight it. Can't fight who you are, man. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Till the next time, we'll say shalom. Like always, repent, for Yahushua is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. All right, shalom.